I'm back with some more content and of course, coffee. I tried to make some nice swan on my latte, but we ran out of milk. So it looks a little bit ugly.
Look at this dude.
By the way, most of the things that I'm talking about along with product recommendations can be found in the description down below. So quite a lot of your questions can be answered by looking at the description. By the way, have you subscribed yet? I know you're watching right now and you haven't subscribed. Do it right now or I'm gonna call FBI and you're gonna experience something like this.
FBI, open up!
So what happened for the last couple of days? So first of all, on Saturday I went shopping and yeah, I was just walking like that, no hat because there was no sun and actually it was a little bit raining. I haven't even spotted any single person like staring at my head. I would assume it looks pretty good. You cannot see much of a redness, you cannot see much of a donor like, you know, extractions or whatnot. It looks pretty kind of normal. Of course, temple peaks, for example, they're a bit more kind of revealing if you really look close into it. But from a little bit further, you cannot really see that there's something is wrong with me, you know what I mean? And actually, I wanted to make some videos, but I just forgot. Another thing is that I finally went to the gym. I went yesterday, it was Monday, so it was 16 days after my hair transplant. And I remember I spoke with Dr. Bruno Ferreira after my transplant when I can, you know, restart, go back to the gym basically. He said, you know, after 2 weeks should be fine. I said, are you sure it's not too early? Can I like go like what, all in, you know, one rep max, etc. And he said, yeah, absolutely fine. That was pretty interesting surprise. I would assume at least 1 month, but you can start lightly without going all in, if you know what I mean. But nonetheless, I decided not to go full force. I took it lightly. This the whole week I'm gonna be, you know, doing very lightly, 12 to 15 reps with relatively light weight. And yeah, I'm not gonna be pushing myself too much, just in case. So day 17 today after my hair transplant with Dr. Bruno Ferreira in Portugal. For new guys here, it's my second hair transplant. I was Norwood 5A and in 2 surgeries I managed to extract and implant, or I mean, doctor managed to extract and implant 6,540 grafts altogether. Pretty much, you know, implanted all over the top. I discussed pretty much every single thing after my transplant from day 1 to day 14. So if you got any questions, make sure to check out previous videos. A lot of useful information. And while you're out there, like the video. One thing that started already that I was not looking forward to is shedding. Whenever I'm shampooing my hair, I can see on my hand like 2-3 hairs. Not much, but it's the beginning. You can clearly see it's a thick black hair. And also after I'm shampooing and putting aloe vera gel on my both donor and recipient area, and that's when I see another 2 to 3 hairs. And I started noticing it for the last like 3 days. So it's slowly getting up to speed and yeah, I don't really look forward to it. Ugly duckling face pretty much is inevitable. Although this time around it's not gonna be that bad because my frontal third has been growing very nicely, you know, since the first transplant. So I'm gonna have pretty much a good outline of, you know, of the hairline and everything, and gonna, like, the very frontal hair gonna grow, and it's gonna be fine, but mid-scalp and crown is gonna be pretty bald. Oh yeah, and the temple peaks as well. I'm pretty sure that's the area that's gonna be looking a little bit awkward. You know, I'm gonna have a hairline, and then temple peaks, but from this temple peak is gonna be only like a red scalp, basically, with no hair. I guess we shall see. I hope it's not gonna be too funny. Donor is healing pretty well, to be honest, and I still got some itching, but itching kind of dissipated quite a lot, quite substantially, because I really don't feel much. Maybe, you know, once or twice a day. Like, for example, right now I feel there is a little bit something here, so I just rub it like that, and that's it. Another area that is not very frequently itching, but when it does, it's super annoying, and it's my temple points. It's strange because any other recipient area really doesn't itch at all, but my temple points here are just driving me nuts. I remember one day I was out and I was like, you know, it was itching me. I was thinking it's like, you know, corner of my forehead, you know, where like the transplanted area starts, but not reaching the transplanted area. And I was like scratching like that. I was thinking, what the hell, why it's so itching? Is it like aloe vera gel like drying out or something? I didn't clean it properly or what? And then I looked in the mirror while I'm scratching myself and realized I'm actually rubbing not my forehead, but temple point. And I was literally rubbing like that. So yeah, I think my right, and it was the thing right temple point, so I guess you're gonna go much sooner than the left one. But yeah, other than that, to be honest, there is not much redness in my temple points. There is quite a great outline, but it's not nearly as close as what I had, like, for example, last year after my first transplant. My skin was properly red for quite some time, and I'm hoping gonna heal soon. Anyways, while I'm finishing my coffee, let's have a look at my current situation. I've actually noticed there's quite a lot of like a little tiny pimples, like, you know, things coming out, especially my temple points all over. For example, here on the left side, it's quite a bit, literally, like all over the place. And on the right side, like it's so visible. Where hair were transplanted, like in most of the places, it looks like a dots. So I'm gonna be looking closely into this area for next weeks and see how it's developing. My hair from the very front of the hairline are getting like the longest, basically, because I don't know, I guess they're growing fastest, like a single, you know, grafts. I don't know why, it's strange. While my sides are healed up, you still kind of can see a little bit of the outline of extractions, but overall it looks really, really good. But my occipital area, like at the back of my head, it looks perfect. It's like there is literally zero sign, maybe just a tiny bit on the very top. And it's not surprising because occipital area is always the strongest. You always have like the most grafts per centimeter square. Hence why it looks great, even after this many extractions. I actually wonder how many extractions was done overall in total just from the occipital area. Maybe I should count. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do it. Another thing that I'm extremely happy about is my crown. Like, so I didn't have the proper crown work done with like transplant. Dr. Ferreira only covered like the very top of the crown, but he didn't went into actual whorl because I had really great amount of hair in there. That actually finasteride bring back to life, like lots of it. So yeah, thanks God for finasteride. Just look at that, because you can clearly see here, that's like the edge of the transplanted area, and mid crown to bottom crown was not touched at all. So my whorl is in between mid to bottom crown of my head. And while it still doesn't look like super fake, and you can clearly see there's some thinness, but there is a lot of hair, and that's another thing what I'm hoping for oral minoxidil to thicken it up. So that's one of the areas I'm gonna be looking really closely, and we're gonna be able to see how well I'm gonna respond to oral minoxidil. So yeah, I'm trying my best to, you know, preserve this area as much as possible, because, you know, let's be honest, I've got like what, 2000 grafts at very best in my scalp, you know, donors. So maybe like a little bit of beard, but my beard is super weak, so maybe I'll be able to extract like 500 grafts from, you know, the neck area. And again, most of them gonna be only single grafts, so I really don't have much grafts left, you know, to play with. So I need to preserve as much as possible. Hence why I'm on finasteride. I started oral minoxidil, and I'm gonna start microneedling on that area after maybe 6 to 8 months, we'll see. And probably I will try topical dutasterate as well. And I'm looking forward for clascatron to be available once it's gonna be FDA approved, and I'm gonna put that on my scalp as well, just to kind of like, you know, take care of the remaining, you know, DHT or testosterone on the scalp. And yeah, that's it. I think there is not much really to cover. As always, comment down below if you've got any questions. I'm sure you will, plenty of them. Like the video, that's gonna be helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for some reason. Do it now or I'm gonna call FBI. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. By the way, if you're still watching this video, let's confuse people. Comment down below something like, I love your Ferrari, I want to see more of it, or something like that.